Dear students, today we discuss another important area of third chapter, that is cost. Why is cost important for a producer? This is because it is the cost that determine the level of profit for a producer, or profit is the difference between total revenue and total cost. So cost is very important for a producer, and in this class we study the different elements of cost in the short run. Then what is cost? Cost is the total money spent by a producer for hiring various primary and secondary factors of production. And cost is really the extension of production function. What is production function that we have studied in the previous class? Production function or output is a function of land, labor, capital, etc. This is production function. And what is cost function? Cost is a function of outputs. So cost function really derived from production function. Cost is a function of outputs, right? Or there is a positive relationship between output and cost. Higher the output, higher will be the cost of a producer, right? And first we study short-run cost. Short-run cost is derived from short-run production function. Now let us see what is short-run production function. 1:1:1. A producer produces 50 outputs, right? Suppose a bakery owner uses 3 factors of production: land, capital and raw material. And in short run we have studied there are fixed factors and variable factors. There are fixed factors and variable factors in the short run. So in the case of cost also, or the money spent on this fixed factors is called short run fixed costs. And there is also variable cost. The money spent on variable factors by a producer is called variable cost. So in the short run there are fixed cost and variable cost. Suppose a producer uses 1 land, capital and 0 raw material for producing outputs. Can he produce any output with 0 level of output? Output would be 0. Output would be 0. Because he is not using any secondary inputs, right? And what is the cost of the producer? He has hired land and also purchased machinery, and he spent some money on these fixed factors. Even when the output is 0, he has to spend money on fixed factors. And again he increases the outputs. He uses the same level of fixed factor and 1 kilogram of, suppose in a bakery, wheat flour, and produces 10 breads, right? Now also the fixed cost is same. Variable cost increases. Suppose again the firm expands its output by adding 1 more kilogram of variable inputs. Suppose output is 30. From this example we see that even when the output increases, what happens to total fixed cost? Total fixed cost remains constant and variable cost increases. Now let us come back to this table And there are three important costs in a short run: total fixed cost, total variable cost, and total costs. Suppose the first column output level is given, second column TFC, total fixed cost, third column TVC, and fourth column total cost of the frame. Suppose the producer is not at all producing any level of output, zero level of output. There is TFC, but TVC is zero. Then what is TC? TC is the sum of TFC and TVC, or TC is equal to TFC plus TVC, or the sum of TC and TVC gives sum of TFC and TVC gives the value of TC. Suppose the output increases to 1. What happens to TFC? TFC remains constant irrespective of any level of outputs. But what happens to TVC? TVC increases and TC also increases. When output is 0, TC is equal to TFC because TVC is 0. Now a table is given here. First column output TFC, TVC and TC. How can we complete the table? Suppose we know that when output is 0, TVC would be 0. There is no TVC, so we can fill this here as 0. Once TFC is given 10, this 10 is equal for all level of output. So we can write like this: 10, 10, 10. Because TFC remains constant irrespective of any level of outputs. Okay, now what is TC when output is 0? TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. So 10 plus 0, 10. Then what is TC when output is 1? TFC plus TVC, 10 plus 10, 20. When output is 2, TFC is 10 and TC is 40. Then how can we calculate TVC? TVC is equal to TC minus TFC. TC minus TFC, that is 40 minus 10, that is 30. Right? And at the third level of output, TFC is 10, TVC is 30. Then what is TC? TC is sum of TFC and TVC, that is 40. Here also at a fourth level of output, TC is 50. This is the way to calculate one variable when others are given. Now let us see how we can show the relationship between TFC, TVC and TC with the help of a graph. In the x-axis, output is given, level of output is given. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 or 6 output is given. And y-axis, TC, TFC and TVC. When output is, first we are drawing TFC curve. When output is 0, TFC is 50. When output is 1, TFC is 50. When at all levels of output, TFC remains constant. So this is the curve representing TFC. TFC is a horizontal straight line parallel to x-axis. What does this curve show? This curve shows that TFC remains constant at all levels of outputs. Right? Then we are going to draw the curve of TVC. When output is 0, TVC is also 0. When output is 1, TVC is 10. When output is 2, TVC is 20. TVC always increases. When output expands or when a producer produces more and more levels of output, TVC also increases. In the initial stage, TVC increases at a diminishing rate, and at the end TVC increases at an increasing rate. Then TVC starts from the origin, because when output is 0, TVC is also 0. Then what about a TC curve? TC starts from the origin of TFC. TC starts from the origin of TFC, and the shape of TVC and TC are same. And TC curve also initially increases at a diminishing rate, and at end increases at an increasing rate. Thank you.